Sarah hadn't been on a date in 3 years, not since the divorce. Not since she'd rebuilt her life piece by piece while raising Emma alone, but her sister had insisted just coffee. She'd said he's a good man, Sarah, a teacher, patient and kind, so here she was at Morgan's Cafe on a Tuesday morning, holding Emma's small hand as they walked through the door. The little girl clutched her favorite stuffed rabbit inside. Sarah spotted him immediately. David sat by the window in a blue shirt nervously, checking his phone. He looked up and their eyes met. Sarah took a breath and walked forward with Emma on her hip. "Now, David?" she said softly. He stood quickly, almost knocking over his coffee. "Sarah, yes, hi, it's so good to finally meet you." Then his eyes moved to Emma. Sarah watched his expression carefully, waiting for what always came next. The polite smile that didn't reach the eyes, the slight step backward, the excuse that would come within 10 minutes. But David's face did something different. It softened completely. "And who is this beautiful young lady?" he asked, gently crouching down to Emma's level. Emma buried her face in Sarah's shoulder. "This is Emma," Sarah said, her voice catching slightly. "She's 2.5. I know your profile didn't mention you had kids, and I should have told you I had a daughter, but you were worried I'd cancel." David finished standing up slowly. Sarah nodded, unable to meet his eyes. "Sarah," he said, and something in his voice made her look up. "I'm a kindergarten teacher. I spend every day with children. Why would your daughter being here be a problem?" The tightness in Sarah's chest loosened just a fraction. They sat down and David didn't rush. He didn't ignore Emma or treat her like an inconvenience. Instead, he pulled out a small notepad from his jacket pocket. "Emma," he said softly, "would you like to see something?" The little girl peeked out from Sarah's arms. David began to draw simple lines at first, then a rabbit. Emma's eyes grew wide. "Bunny," she whispered, pointing at her stuffed animal. "Just like yours," David said, smiling. He tore out the page and offered it to her. Emma took it carefully, then looked at her mother for permission. Sarah nodded, her throat tight with unexpected emotion. "What do you say, Emma?" "Thank you," the little girl mumbled for the next hour. David didn't perform or try too hard. He simply talked with Sarah about real things, about his students, and the joy they brought him, about losing his wife to cancer 4 years ago, about learning to live again after loss. "I almost canceled this morning." He admitted, "Me too." Sarah said, "I'm glad we both showed up." David replied. Emma had climbed down and was playing quietly with sugar packets David had arranged into a little village on the table. Sarah watched her daughter laugh, really laugh. Something she hadn't done much around other men. "You're good with her," Sarah said. David looked at Emma with such genuine warmth. "Children know when you're being real with them. They can sense pretending from a mile away," as their coffee grew cold. David checked his watch. "I hate to cut this short, but I have a parent-teacher conference in 40 minutes. Sarah's heart sank. "Here it comes." She thought the polite goodbye, the "I'll call you" that never happens, but David reached into his wallet and pulled out a card. "This Saturday there's a puppet show at the library at 10 in the morning. It's free, and honestly, it's magical, even for adults." He placed the card on the table. "If you and Emma would like to go, I'd love to meet you both there. No pressure, just a thought." Sarah stared at the card. He wasn't running. He was offering more, not less. "We'd like that," she heard herself say. David's smile was genuine and reached all the way to his eyes. He stood and then did something unexpected. He crouched down one more time. "Emma, it was truly wonderful to meet you. Thank you for sharing your mama with me today." Emma surprised everyone by reaching out and touching the drawing he'd made more. "Bunny?" she asked. Hopefully David laughed warmly. "At the puppet show, there will be lots of bunnies, I promise." As he walked away, Sarah sat there with Emma on her lap. Her daughter held the drawing carefully. "Nice man, Mama," Emma said softly. Sarah kissed the top of her daughter's head. "Yes, baby. A very nice man." For the first time in years, Sarah felt something she'd almost forgotten: hope. Not the desperate kind, but the quiet, steady kind, the kind that whispers, maybe, just maybe, some people really do understand that love doesn't come alone, that it comes with history and children and complicated, Beautiful, messy reality, and some people David's kind words seemed to say wouldn't have it any other way. Sarah folded the library card carefully and put it in her purse. Saturday suddenly seemed very far away, but also wonderfully close. Outside the cafe window, the autumn sun broke through the clouds. Emma pointed at it, pretty. She said, "Yes, sweetheart." Sarah whispered, "Very pretty indeed. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more stories about second chances and unexpected kindness. Leave a comment below about a moment when someone showed up for you in an unexpected way. Your story might inspire someone else today.